So then they had a match that was very interesting. Did I hear this correct, Brian? They have the match Juice Robinson versus Jon Moxley, and if Juice Robinson wins, then he gets Jon Moxley next week for the title.
Yes, what'd they call it? A championship challenger match or something?
Whatever the Has Juice Robinson ever wrestled on this program before?
Before I say no, I know you and I saw him somewhere once, and I can't imagine where else it would have been, so possibly once.
So this guy just wanders in out of nowhere and gets a match against the world champion, where if he beats the world champion, then he gets another match the next week against the world champion for the world title. Because Juice Robinson is supposed to be somebody in Japan, right?
Again, I haven't seen too much of him. I've heard good things about him, but he is a foreign star for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
What I'm saying is that's the only reason why that Tony Khan or anybody else would give this guy a match against the world champion competitively in his first appearance on television, or the first one we can recall, is because he's supposed to be a big deal in Japan. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. He looked like Adam Page cosplaying as a Hell's Angel when he came to the ring. But again, this was an indie match. And even before they'd established who Juice Robinson is or what the fuck's going on, Robinson jumps Moxley on the floor before the bell, fights him on the floor, then rolls him into the ring. The bell rings start the match, and then all the action stops. And then Moxley goes back out to the floor and starts beating old Juice Boy up on the floor and throws him over a table. It was every bad indie match ever again. They took the turns with the shitty forearms. Juice Robinson's look really bad. Then they worked some spots in quicksand. Then they went back to the floor and went to the break. When they came back from the break, Moxley was bleeding. Imagine that. He must have had a pap smear during the break. They were still fighting on the floor when they came back from the break. I assume they just never left. Moxley did a dive, more indie shit. Juice Robinson hits Christian's old unprettier finish for a 2 count. Then Juice goes for some kind of move, but fucked it up and fell on his ass, I guess. And Moxley stomped him and got Inoki's arm breaker and tapped him out. A rotten match with an abrupt finish featuring a guy that the average person at home has no fucking clue who he is or where he came from.
And it's sad because he showed personality. You know, if he was built up over a few weeks, someone would care about him getting a title match beyond whoever watches him already in New Japan.
I don't know. I saw his work. I'm not sure after a couple weeks anybody would.
He's in there with Moxley. Moxley works one match, the Moxley match.
I didn't see anything earth-shaking about Juice Robinson. Let's put it that way. Maybe.
Well, he has a fun name, Juice.
Maybe they should team him up with Pockets.
Juice and Juice?
Yeah.
The Juicy Express?
The Juicy Express. Did I miss any greatness in this contest?
No, of course you didn't. Right. You didn't miss any greatness on this episode in Philadelphia. Poor Philadelphia.
Okay, so poor Philadelphia. Why did they get so put upon like this? So Moxley wins, right? Here comes the music, and here comes Hangnail Adam Page to the ring, and he has a face-off with Moxley. And again, you've got two baby faces. Tony always backs himself in this corner where he has no choice but to have two baby faces standing there staring at each other over his world title. But at least this time he has an instigator. MJF was up in the skybox, and he's going to cash his chip in Cincinnati. Apparently, Page and Moxley are going to fight each other in Moxley's hometown. And then MJF plans to cash in. But Yuta shows up behind MJF in the skybox, and they have a big fight with security. And that's I guess mainly where I was saying, if they were doing all this stuff they're doing with Yuta with a star, this would be great shit. I can see
Ricky Starks.
Well, but I'm just saying the the Skybox fight and up there, that had elements of Steve Austin and The Rock in the Attitude Era. It's not the angle that's bad. It's the subpar talent that they put into them.
Ricky Starks and MJF would be good.
But anything would be better than Yuta. Although I don't fucking know, actually. We'll get to Starks in a minute. I don't know what's going on here.